Salam. So Auston Holleman put out this tweet. My experience dating in Zambia: American flake rate, extremely poor communication skills, indecisiveness, the I will touch you but you can't touch me, the misleading and leading on. May as well had just stayed in Texas. My God, when I read this first, I was laughing because you could hear the frustration. You could hear him crying. And I was like, yes, 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 because finally, finally, it looks like, Zambian women know who this guy is, and they're like, no, we're not dealing with you. Like, it almost looked like, they just are hiding from him. They're like, when they meet him, they're like, oh, you know what? They flake on him. I mean, there is this thing that always confuses me about these passport bros who denigrate, to demonize, women, and then they think other women would find that attractive. Like, other women can, for example, if I were in Africa and if I were watching all the things Austin was saying about Black American women, I would be so offended. I wouldn't even want to meet him. I wouldn't want to be, with a person like Auston Holleman talking about what women's vagina smells like. I mean, that kind of talk would be offensive. So it looks like, Zambian women are like, you know what? We don't want to deal with you. And here is Auston Holleman crying. And he had gone out on a date with this Zambian girl. I mean, her name, I think, well, I forgot what her name was. I think her name was Susie. And you could see from the video she didn't want to be there. Like, you could see her throughout the date. She was on her phone. She was arguing with him. At one point she actually gave him the the finger, and she seemed to be absolutely not interested in the date, almost like, she was there against her will. I have this mental image of, Zambian women getting together, and they're like, no, we have to avoid this guy, but they're like, you know what, one of us has to take, one for the team. So uh, they designated Susie to go there, because she doesn't seem like she enjoyed being there. She came late, um, and then she was arguing with him from the very start. She doesn't seem to be interested in whatever he was doing. I mean, they were sitting next to each other. He was looking at her. She was not looking at him. And it's not just me, so of course, saying that. Even his devoted followers noticed it, and they are attacking her on the comment section. And it's funny to me because they're like, well, she is Americanized. She doesn't seem she is interested. You should not be dating her. Don't bring her here to America. La, 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 la. And I'm like, yes, she is not interested in him because Austin, once you look past, the good look and the American passport, Austin is not an interesting person. He has nothing interesting. His conversation is limited, especially when he's talking to, a woman he's interested in. The conversation is limited. He is extremely misogynist. So why would a woman be interested in him? Especially right now, it's obvious. I think a lot of the women were, probably in the beginning, a lot of, the women from the poor countries were probably interested in dating the Austin, because they probably think, the dating would lead to an American visa. But now they know that, it's not going to lead anywhere. It's not even going to get them a girlfriend status. He will just date them, take them on 1 or 2 dates, and then he moves on to the next woman. So why would a woman be interested in dating him when she could date hundreds of guys who will take her seriously in her own country, and who will not be putting her up on on video on World Wide Web for all those misogynist men to judge her. So yeah, I think, and let's be honest, in Africa, the only place Auston seems to be having success is in Kenya. Every other place, he hasn't had success. He has been complaining of, he complains about every country he has been in, right? In Africa, he complained about Uganda not being a lot of women there. He said Rwanda was too slow. He said Tanzania was too conservative. So everywhere he goes, it seems to be, it seems to be not working for him. The only place he went that's working for him is Kenya, and Kenya, by the admission of a lot of passport bros and a lot of Americans living in Kenya. Kenya is a very westernized country, so in a way, it's kind of ironic that the only place that dating is going well for passport bros is in the most westernized countries in Africa. I guess right now they say that Kenya is a westernized country, and South Africa is, they say South Africa is westernized too. So in a way, it's ironic that they left the West because they couldn't find dates in the West, but they're going, the only place that dating is working out for them is in countries like Kenya, who are westernized. So the whole thing is just ridiculous from the get-go. Anyway, let me know what you think. I really liked watching the date he went out on. It is like watching a train wreck, and I enjoyed it. Anyways, let me know what you think. Like this video, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.